Now to Commitment 2020, a legislative race covering all of Alamance County and the eastern portion of Guilford County could determine which party controls the North Carolina Senate come next year. Republican Amy Galey and Democrat J.D. Wooten are competing for an open seat in North Carolina Senate following the retirement of Senator Rick Gunn. As our Bill O'Neill explains, both candidates are engaging in their fair share of attacks.
This district favors Republicans, but it's close enough that Democrats think they can win here and pick up one of the 5 seats they need to take back control of the North Carolina Senate. J.D. Wooten is a lawyer and Air Force veteran. Amy Galey's also a lawyer who chairs the Alamance County Board of Commissioners. This race started out with both sides launching attack ads.
If J.D. Wooten will exploit a veterans program, can we really trust him in Raleigh?
The ad accuses Wooten of abusing the VA loan program to buy a home in Greensboro. The home is not located in the Senate district.
So we provide them low-cost loans to buy homes. But J.D. Wooten took one of those loans and used it to buy himself an investment property. That's abusing the rules, and that's wrong.
When WXII 12 News asked the VA if it's wrong, the Veterans Administration issued a statement saying its loan program is intended to help veterans buy a home for their primary residence, not as a rental or investment property. But the VA also notes there's nothing to stop veterans from doing whatever they wish with the home once they buy it.
I'm an Air Force Academy graduate, and I served my country for over a decade. Amy Galey is desperate to attack me for using a VA loan to buy my home.
Wooten responded, calling Galey's attack ad, quote, shameful, adding as a statement to WXII 12 News that he would remain focused on the real issues at hand. The Wooten campaign fired back, attacking Galey on education and jobs.
But she can't cover up her role in cutting education funding or chasing away local jobs. Amy should know, we don't need lies attacking my service.
It's not clear what jobs Galey is supposed to have chased away. Mr. Wooten didn't respond to our request for an interview. However, his claim about Galey cutting education spending doesn't add up. County commissioners did cut the school board's recent budget request, but Galey voted against it, the only member of the Alamance County Commission to vote no.
They claim that I voted to cut public education, which is not true. Public education was cut for this fiscal year, but I did not vote for it. I voted against that.
The Senate district leans Republican, but it's close enough that Democrats are spending money trying to flip the seat. The latest report shows Wooten more than doubling Galey in fundraising. Why is he outraising you on this? Why aren't Republicans supporting your efforts to hold on to that seat as much as it appears the Democrats are supporting your opponent?
Well, that was the second quarter report where he outraised me, and my campaign has been working very, very hard.
The pressure's on Democrats to flip at least one chamber in the General Assembly. A decade of map making is on the line here, and if they don't win either the House or Senate, they won't have a seat at the table. Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.